It's been 12 years since I moved back to India, and I can tell you every day some learning is there. Be it artificial intelligence, be it learning, but most important, people. When I joined Capgemini 5 years back, my CEO was interviewing me, and he asked me, Mukesh, why are you leaving product company and joining a consulting company, service company? Then I said, he was a Chinese CEO at that time. He didn't understand Hindi, but I still gave an answer in Hindi, and then I, of course, translated. So the answer I gave was, there's a movie called Bunty or Bubbly, in which Amitabh Bachchan gave a voiceover, which is, कुछ लोग होते हैं एक जिंदगी सारी जिंदगी एक ही काम करते हैं, और कुछ लोग होते हैं एक ही जिंदगी में सारे काम करते हैं. So I'm kind of a person who want to do. Is Hindi okay with all of you? English थोड़ी कमजोर है, तो I try to mix and match. So I said, I'm kind of a person who want to do everything, and I've done everything except sales and HR. And my CEO started laughing. Of course, I translated before that. He started laughing. I said, why are you laughing? Okay, no, Mukesh, nothing like that. I didn't realize why he was laughing. So I took the CTO role at Capgemini, joined Capgemini, and then I realized why he was laughing, because I was doing lots of sales after that. Okay? I learned by the way sales, because I worked for Microsoft, and I'm sure several of you are using my product, Outlook. Do you get less junk in Outlook compared to others? Outlook, use करते हो? Do you get less junk? अरे हाँ तो बोलो, ना तो बोलो. हाँ. मैं हाई मांग रहा था, मैं ना नहीं मांग रहा था. Anyway. If you're getting less junk in Outlook, you can thank me for that. 24 years back, this was Microsoft's first ever AI algorithm I wrote there to catch junk for Bill Gates. He used to get 16,000 junk email per day. Okay, I've just joined, just a new kid at the block, Microsoft with 3.5 years experience. And Microsoft had this culture of any big important meeting, they'll have one junior most person from the team will be invited for that meeting. With no qualification of mine, just an engineer, I got invited. So I come from a typical Marwadi family. Everybody in my family, my in-laws, everybody in the family managed business except myself. शादी के लिए भी प्रॉब्लम हो रही थी वो टाइम में 30 years back. अरे लड़का जॉब करता है, लड़का जॉब करता है. I grew from that part, of course. I managed to get married and all. And my in-laws were asking me, what's future? Well, US जाऊँगा, ये जाऊँगा. ठीक है, शादी हो गई. Then I said, let's go to US. My wife said, नहीं, US क्यों? हमको इधर ही रहना है. मैं तो बोला था शादी के पहले. मुझे लगा फेंक रहे होंगे. पता नहीं फेंक रहा था पता नहीं. But got into Microsoft and all. But in that meeting when I saw Bill Gates, first meeting, first few months, second month of my role at Microsoft, I see Bill Gates in front of me, and like, wow, I'm seeing the legend, the richest person and the most brainy person I ever heard. And he comes to the meeting, he starts. Within a few meetings, the meeting is cancelled. Why? Because he says, I have a problem of junk email. What are you doing about it? And my GM said, oh yeah, that's too complicated. We'll do it in 2 years. He threw the paper on the desk and said, okay, give me 1 day and I'll code it for you. So that was the first interaction at Microsoft. And understanding कि भाई क्या what can be done for this, and हाथ उठा रहा हूँ पूछने में क्या जाता है. Let me ask, let me try this out. And my manager, no Mukesh, कुछ नहीं कर सकते and all. Everybody said no. Tried for 3 months. Of course, एक महीने में एक दिन में काम नहीं हुआ मेरा. Then I said, you know what? Forget it. खुद बना दो. I'm going to talk about AI part of it right now, and then I'll start my slides. Of course, you have stolen the thunder. Anand have already given you all the overview, so definitely cannot give those details here right now. But I'll give you some very simple algorithm. And this is exactly how the AI is, by the way. It's like a child, a curious child. We all have curiosity, by the way. We were born curious, right? 6 months young, 1 year young, 2 year young, 3 year young kid. Curious. Q, काइको, why? And we as a parent and we as a teacher, मैंने बोला ना ऐसा करना है, इसके लिए ऐसा ही करना है. We kill the curiosity. So as a curious person, do that part. Simple question. Are you going to read a junk email for more than 5 seconds? Are you going to delete an important email in less than 3 seconds? That was my algorithm. Instead of focusing on natural language processing, instead of focusing on technology, I focus on the human behavior and capture those signals in numbers and then put that into the database and then start crunching. Because a Flipkart email could be junk for me, but may not be for you. So who am I to decide? Who am I, Microsoft, to decide कि Flipkart का email है तो junk है सबके लिए? नहीं. We can not do that. Junk as defined by me. दुल्हन वही जो पियामन भाई. Right? I don't know उसका translation कैसा होता है English में, but you got the idea. वी ऑल हैव चॉइस है. आप यहाँ से जब निकलोगे, आप उबर बुक करोगे, आपकी गाड़ी में आए होंगे तो बुक करोगे तो ओला निकाला, ऐसे दिखा रहा है. How many seconds are you going to wait? Nobody does 5 seconds, 10 seconds. It's a human psychology. Mumbai, it is 5.4 seconds. India average is 7.2 seconds. We wait for so much second before we decide कि इसको छोड़ दो, उबर में जाओ या कॉल ऑफ फ्रेंड या ऑटो या रिक्शा लेके निकल. Right? Because we have choice. Choice है इसके लिए. हॉटमेल, नाम तो सुना ही होगा ना, 2004 बिफोर गूगल आया और लंच खाना शुरू कर दिया माइक्रोसॉफ्ट का. राइट? सबीर भाटिया, अमेजिंग. फर्स्ट ईमेल एड्रेस 1993, सबीर भाटिया. राइट? 2004 में क्या हुआ? ग्रेट प्रोडक्ट माइक्रोसॉफ्ट, हॉटमेल, सब कुछ चल रहा है एंड एवरीथिंग. बट दैट वाज द टाइम डोंगल आया, याद रहेगा आपको. डोंगल, यू कैन पुट इट ऑन योर लैपटॉप विद एंटेना, 256 kbps मॉडेम. उसके पहले क्या होता था? घर पे नाम सुना है? आवाज सुना है? 15.4 kbps मॉडेम. आजकल तो 200 mbps भी बोलता है. डॉटर बोलती है, डैड थोड़ा और इंप्रूव करो ना उसको. 200 mbps है यार. एनीवे, चॉइस हम सबके पास है. वो टाइम में चॉइस नहीं थी, हॉटमेल ही था हमारे पास. बट जैसे जीमेल आया कि 4 सेकंड में लॉगिन कर सकते हो, हॉटमेल वन ऑफ द ग्रेट प्रोडक्ट इवन नाउ. आई हॉटमेल ईमेल एड्रेस. आई माइट बी लिटिल बायस बिकॉज माइक्रोसॉफ्ट का स्टॉक है मेरे पास अभी भी. सो बेयर विथ मी. बट हमारे पास चॉइस है. जब हमारे पास चॉइस है तो क्या होता है? पीपल डोंट कॉल. कैसे? बाय द वे, आई वाज ट्राइंग टू बुक ओला, बहुत टाइम लगा, नहीं आ रहा था, इसके लिए मैं उबर बुक कर रहा हूँ. डू यू डू दैट पार्ट? You just switch over, right? You have choice. Artificial intelligence is all about understanding the human behavior. Attention is all what you want, right? Of course. Behavior. Human behavior is what my specialty is. Of course, I'm not a psychology person. I'm not an MBA. I'm a typical engineer. But I always observe behavior. Signals. There are always signals we transmit. Okay? Data comes in all forms. Passive बोलो, active बोलो. Passive. कुछ कहा नहीं मैंने, लेकिन मेरे सिग्नल्स आ रहे हैं. सिग्नल्स. ट्राई करो, कोई भी गूगल, माइक्रोसॉफ्ट कोई भी ट्रांसलेट नहीं कर पाएगा. अगर मैं बोलता हूँ या राइट, यस अफर्मेटिव, या इंस्टेड ऐसे या राइट, डिफरेंस है ना. दिस एआई कैन नॉट अंडरस्टैंड दिस. यू माइट बी सरप्राइज. अरे सब लोग एआई की बात करें, मुकेश बोला एआई नहीं चलेगा. अरे मैं एआई यूज कर रहा हूँ तो टाइम है, बच्चा है, अभी सीखेगा. 2 days back I was watching PK one more time. Clear, good definition. Of course, other than the religious thing he did was, which I don't approve of, but the curious part, AI is curious. PK was curious to understand क्या हो रहा है. Try to understand those part. Because at the end of it, it's a skill. For each of our employee, it's a skill, it's the engagement which you want. As part of HR, right? So now it's been 6 months. I've taken this additional role at Capgemini in addition to CTO, people analytics. हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना 3 idiot में, अरे कहना क्या चाहते हो. So we are trying to understand from the employee, अरे कहना क्या चाहते हो. And yes, we are doing very good in capturing the employee feedback. लेकिन कहना क्या चाहते हो? How do I understand those part? And that is what I'm talking about this part. And ultimately, AI to understand behavior, right? So of course, signals, right? Swipe in, swipe out, how many times you are there, are you engaged, not engaged, all those things, if you combine them, you'll be able to understand what people are really trying to say, right? Now the next point, AI to understand engagement and innovate. This about a year back, I was coming back from Paris, I landed at Mumbai airport, I tried to book Uber, I'm a Uber fan, not an Ola fan. I tried to book Uber, 750 rupiah to Lower Parel. That's costly. Then I go to Ola, 450 rupees, reasonable price, booked, I left. Few minutes later, I get an SMS from Uber saying, Mukesh, you tried to book, you did not book. Can you give a feedback? अरे हमेशा रेडी होता feedback के लिए तो. Single click on it. Why did you, एक ही question, why you did not book? Price was too high, the baggage did not come, or the vehicle took longer, or you went with a friend. Price was too high, done. Few seconds later, another SMS. Apologies for inconvenience. After a few seconds, another SMS. 300 rupees off for the next ride. Yes. Feedback दिया, काम आया, 300 रुपये मिल गए मुझे, right? How did Uber know that I left the airport? Uber is not talking to Ola. The signals which are there, which is Ola, Uber was on and Ola start कर लिया, but my location in Uber was on. It was looking at location. अरे तो जा रहा है, अरे जा रहा है, छोड़ के जा रहा है, अरे फास्ट बढ़ गया. ठीक है, he left. Lost opportunity. Say I'm a typical Mahardi again, I'll repeat that part. Lost opportunity, I love that part. And I do a lot of lost opportunity business for a lot of my clients. And this is exactly lost opportunity Uber finds out and then makes it there. AI is all about that. I always tell my employees, my HR leaders and my business leaders that, hey, by the time the employee have got an offer letter, it's too late. सर उठा के बाद देखेंगे अगर हमने अच्छे एम्प्लॉय हायर किए तो सर उठा के बाद देखेंगे 30% ज़्यादा तो मिल ही जाएंगे उनको. बट वाई डू यू मेक इट सच दैट उनको मौका क्यों दो? वाई डू वांट देम टू गो एंड ट्राई आउट आउटसाइड एंड देन यू थिंक नहीं उसको रिटेन करते यार. समझो ना, समझो सिग्नल्स एंड दैट एग्जैक्टली ऑल अबाउट पीपल एनालिटिक्स. Of course, the whole part of talent, a lot of things are there. The important part to notice, sorry, the slide got jumbled up, sorry about that, but attracting the right talent, keeping them engaged, understanding the diversity and everything which we respect, we should do that. And at the same time, finding out who are these people, who are the people who potentially might leave the company. Prediction. At Capgemini, we did a predictive algorithm and it worked. It worked. AI can do a lot of wonders, by the way. But you need to know asking the right signals, right? Okay. Of course, you can do NLP and everything. A lot of those things are there. Sentiment, resume screening, all those things can be done. But let me ask you one question. If tomorrow somebody asks you, Virat Kohli, how much score you will make in the next match? What are the parameters we can look at? Machine learning was mentioned very well by Anand. Historic data, we'll look at it. But sometimes we miss out one important data. Is Anushka Sharma in the stadium or not? Ask question, does it matter? Yes, no. Does it matter? We don't know whether it matters or not. लेकिन data लेना जरूरी है. Unless the system tells us one way or the other, we are not going to discard any data. And that's all about AI, right? We look at multiple signals and see which signal really makes sense. And I can tell you at Capgemini, we started with 64 parameters. People analytics to understand and predict which are the employees who are going to leave, how I can improve the engagement and all. And I can tell you the first reaction was, Mukesh, we only have 4 data point. चलेगा, 4 से शुरू करूँगा. 4 से only 4? You are asking for 64? अरे क्या बात है? You start with something and you start building. You will get more signals, more and more signals. This is the dashboard we created on the left side. The green and red. Green, which are the employee? What are the parameter? Mukesh, the person will stay. Red, what are the area where Mukesh will leave? If you can make some difference over there for the employee with data privacy respected. See, data privacy is big for me. I'm also was part of Niti Aayog committee who drafted the data protection law. So the law which got passed, right, I had some contribution there as well. But very, very important. But with data privacy included, here when you see this part, difference is there. Yes, I know why this person is. What is important for me is, सबको पैसा नहीं चाहिए. We might think सबको पैसा चाहिए नहीं. किसी को freedom चाहिए. Like for me, अगर पैसे चाहिए तो मैं US में ही रहता. I would have continued working with Satan नहीं. I want to come here, do something more because that freedom, the innovation is something which I want. So for me, those will be the red one. कि अगर innovation नहीं दिया मुकेश को, तो वो भाग जाएगा. Like that, we need to understand our employee. AI can help you get there faster. And of course, finding out people, skilling. When I launched this program, Millennial Garage, my CEO, everybody said, Mukesh, why are you calling Millennial Garage? Should we call it Gen Z Garage? मैं नहीं, I'm Millennial. Gen Z भी कर सकते, include and everything. But if I choose any of the name, I want the people, the senior people in the organization, including 40 years, 50 years and all. I know years is just a number because I'm in that zone. So years is just a number, by the way, okay? So I'm not that old, by the way, okay? So just a number, right? So I was like, नहीं, उनको भी कैसे engage करे? So happy to say that 4,340 people at all 4 generation working together on products, 250 products we released, all zero cost. Zero cost कैसे? सारे bench पे बैठे थे कुछ लोग, okay? And few people who were saying, अरे यार कुछ करना है, कुछ करने को मिल नहीं रहा है. ठीक है, ये करो मेरे आगे. अरे टाइम नहीं है. फिर वो मंदाकिनी का डायलॉग है, अनिल कपूर का डायलॉग याद आता है तेजा मूवी में, जब मंदाकिनी पूछती है अनिल कपूर को कि आपके पास टाइम होगा, एंड अनिल कपूर, ऑफ कोर्स शी इज मंदाकिनी, शी सेड, अनिल कपूर सेज, टाइम होता नहीं, निकालना पड़ता है. सो स्किल भी चाहिए, ग्रोथ भी चाहिए, प्रमोशन भी चाहिए, लेकिन टाइम नहीं है, तो सॉरी, थैंक यू, बाय बाय. एंड दिस वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग पार्ट, हाउ डू आइडेंटिफाई ट्रेनिंग, स्ट्रेटेजिक वर्कफोर्स प्लानिंग. अरे कैसे स्टार्ट करना है, सबको बिठा दिया, ट्रेनिंग करो. अरे नहीं, people have different skills. Some people are technical, some people are product. I always was thinking कि jack of all trades, master of, नहीं यार, थोड़ा चेंज करो यार, master of some. Jack of all trades, master of some. That's what I've been teaching my kids, my daughter and my son. But of course, क्या हुआ, थोड़ा daughter के पास चला गया, थोड़ा son के पास चला गया. My daughter is a product manager, techie, but my son is a pure techie. But anyway, the skill part, Don't just give same skill to everybody. Look at their skills. AI can help you there as well. Understand what kind of skills they are very good at, and then skill them on those parts. Assessment, a lot of things are available over there as well. Responsible AI. We have come through a long journey, by the way. So we are still in the area of statistical AI, I would say. And even though the number was mentioned by Vikas, and sorry with all due respect, numbers, the numbers are good on paper. I would suggest a book called How to Lie with Statistics. How to Lie with Statistics. The numbers are there. People say, हाँ मैंने एक project कर लिया, tick mark. I am AI enabled. NASCOM when I was delivering a workshop for executives, and one thing which came up all the time was AI. And everybody knew AI, and everybody knew only chat, now chat GPT, but that time was chatbot, only chatbot and all those things. So last couple of years, I'm consulting some of the family managed business, consulting some of my startups and all. One thing I learned, it's all about targeted skills and all. And yes, explainable AI is what we need to get to now. Hope generative AI is already there, very early stage. And finally, it will be integrated. Integrated such that it will be seamless. People will not know the difference between the human and AI. Not just about eliminating jobs, but it's all about how do we integrate and get best out of it.
I think Bollywood से Hollywood तक सब तय कर लिया हमने इसमें, and clearly AI seems to be the hero. Thank you so much. Some great insights, and the way you conveyed it in a very lucid manner is truly wonderful.